Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of The Cultured Gamer. On this week's episode, we talk about the latest Unrecord gameplay trailer, and we ask if it's a little too photorealistic for some people's liking. All that and more on The Cultured Gamer. And welcome everybody to this week's episode of The Cultured Gamer. I am your host, Jason Carmona. Thank you for joining me this week and watching every week along with us as we explore all the gaming culture and news of the industry as well. Let's hop into the news this week and jump right in. For Nintendo Switch owners, especially Nintendo Switch Online owners and members, they can now download and try the full length version of Star Wars Republic Commando for free and no additional cost from now until the 26th. This game is also available for an additional 50% discount for that length of time as well. Members of Nintendo Switch Online can also earn 100 My Nintendo Platinum points by participating in the game trial. Definitely take advantage of that if you have a Nintendo Switch and have never played it. And for those who have played it, particularly on the Xbox original, they know that it's a pretty awesome game. First person shooter, you play as a clone trooper and definitely worth your time and worth at least trying out for free for the week. And if you definitely are feeling it, it's available for 50% off. I think that accumulates to like maybe around $10, if not less. So definitely you should try it out. Let's talk about the next piece of news today. THQ Nordic has announced that they are going to be having their annual digital showcase on August 11th, 2023. The digital showcase will be broadcasted via YouTube and Twitch on August 11th, 2023. The teaser trailer that's online that announces the showcase that's available now shows snippets of previously revealed games from the publisher, but new unannounced titles are expected and promised to be the highlight of the showcase as well. Personally, I'm kind of looking forward, hopefully, to a new Darkstalkers game, some news and updates on the upcoming AEW Fight Forever game would be really nice too. That game's been in development for a good 3 years now, approaching almost four, I think, ever since the advent of that company. They announced very early on that they were developing a video game. People who have been following the development of that video game know that it's supposed to play very much like the Nintendo 64 WWE No Mercy game. And that style was very fond upon and fond of, and people loved those AEW. I'm sorry, the WWE Nintendo 64 games. So the fact that this AEW game coming up is mimicking the gameplay style, that's a lot to look forward to. So hopefully they can announce a release date if for this fall for the big holiday rush. That would be great. The sooner we can get our hands on this, the better. A playable demo would be nice to let people know that this game is in great working order. I think 3 years is a lot of patience to ask for your audience. This game has been in development for a really long time, and uh, and they do have playable builds. They've obviously have been to Gamescom and PAX and have had this game on display and have talked about it with the press. And they continue to release trailers showing and demonstrating gameplay. So a release date, I think, would be nice. We need some concrete date. They may just be waiting for the return of CM Punk so they can include him again in the cover art, because they had removed him prior as he was a centerpiece in the original cover art. And now with him being absent due to injury and the recent all-out brawl that had happened, wrestling nerds kind of know more about that stuff. And basically, just announced that game and just put it out already. It's been in development forever. The next topic I want to talk about is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. This game is in development by Team Reptile, and it is very, very much a homage and spiritual successor of sorts to Jet Set Radio. As we wait for the development of a new Jet Set Radio, this game looks to definitely fill the void of that game left behind. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk features 3 different styles of play. You can choose as a skateboarder, a bicyclist, or an online skater, and traverse around the city, uh, grinding to the next locations and tagging up various landscapes while avoiding authority figures, be the police or militia members. We do have a trailer that we can show you as well. Let me pull that up for you shortly.
We got the strategy, do it all night, do it all day, no wasting time. We got the crew, get ready for the ride. Got them moves, got them vibes. We got the strategy, do it all night, do it all day, no wasting time. We got the crew, get ready for the ride. Yo, cuz, what you living like? Big G's, big city like.
So, as noted, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is due for release on Nintendo Switch and on Steam via PC on August 18th. And again, personally, really looking forward to this. It's going to definitely scratch that Jet Set Radio itch that I have for a new title in that franchise until we do actually get the next installment of that franchise. So, definitely looking forward to that. Be on the lookout. If you have a Nintendo Switch, you're going to want to pick that up ASAP. Our next piece of news today is the announcement of another Sony PlayStation Studio acquisition. So earlier this week, today, I believe, actually, PlayStation Studios confirmed and announced that they are acquiring Firewalk Studios. So Firewalk Studios is currently developing a new upcoming multiplayer game that will be now exclusive to PlayStation. They announced today that they are joining the studio at 10:12 a.m. this morning. There's a link that's provided on the official PlayStation Twitter account that states great news. Firewalk Studios is joining the PlayStation Studios family. Learn more about this talented team and their plan to connect players in new and innovative ways in their ambitious upcoming multiplayer game. And there's a click link that you can click and learn a little bit more about this acquisition and about the upcoming titles that they are currently contributing to. So definitely give that a check out, and we look forward to seeing what contributions they give to the PlayStation family. Our next piece of news comes by way of Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards. The Game Awards has announced that they are going to be occupying the Hollywood Bowl for a very large concert for fans of the gaming industry. It was announced that the 10-year concert will be a historic evening at the Hollywood Bowl on Sunday, June 25th, featuring an orchestral music performance from the past, present, and future of video games. Tickets are on sale now. If you're around the Hollywood Bowl area on June 25th and are a hardcore video game nerd and love video game soundtracks, I would highly, highly recommend that you attend this event. It's going to feature soundtrack from various background soundtracks played live from Arcane, Diablo, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, God of War, Hades, Hogwarts Legacy, League of Legends, Spider Man, Starfield, Jedi, Star Wars, and The Last of Us. And will probably contains a few secrets as well. Some hidden surprises probably played live as well for those in attendance. It's sure to be a great night for orchestral live music and video game as well. So definitely get your tickets and they're sure to pack that house. Our next piece of news is the news of Netflix building their gaming arm. Uh, the news broke earlier this year that uh, ex Microsoft developer Joseph Staten was leaving the company. He had heavily worked on Halo Infinite and had been with Microsoft for quite a while. This news was a shock to everybody internally when he left, but not so much of a shock that Microsoft was cleaning house and looking to gut several staffers from the Halo team as well. This week, however, he did announce that he was going to be making his next move at Netflix. Netflix, if you don't know, is currently offering mobile games on their service as a way to build value into their brand. And with this move, they definitely have a key player that was at Microsoft that is definitely going to be instrumental in helping Netflix move forward and become a major player in gaming as well as they move into that third party space. He states here on the 17th of April. So today I'm thrilled to announce that I've joined Netflix Games as creative director for a brand new AAA multi platform game and original IP. Let's go. So he seems very, very excited to be on to his next adventure at Netflix. And we're excited for him and look forward to seeing what projects Netflix can come up with. Maybe it's something involved with Stranger Things. Maybe it's something involved in the Rebel Moon project. We have yet to see. Hopefully, they announce soon as the Summer Game Fest approaches. So, our last topic for today is going to be a potentially controversial one. Um, today we record on a Thursday in April. Uh, this game debuted. It's called Unrecord, and Unrecord is developed and published by a studio called Drama. And so basically, uh, this game is available for Steam, for pre order for Steam. And the bio for Steam reads as this Unrecord is a single player, first person shooter FPS that tells the story of a tactical police officer from the perspective of his body camera. As you work to solve a complex case, you will need to use your tactical and detective skills to succeed. So, this game recently caught the wind of Forbes. Forbes realized that the photorealistic nature of this trailer released is really causing a lot of division. Some gamers are praising the photorealism of the graphics that are produced with Unreal Engine 5, which is a new engine that's being released for computers and current gen line of consoles for PS5 and Xbox Series X. So it's not too out of line to assume that we could potentially see a port of this if popular for those consoles as well. A lot of studios and people alike are also voicing their concern that maybe the trailer glorifies the intent of glorifying the nature of police work and how um, you know, just the nature of how realistic the footage is. I'm gonna share the trailer with you guys so you guys can take a look. But I do want to warn that it is of a little bit of a sensitive nature. So if you do have like maybe kids in the background, you may want to not have them around as you're watching this because it's a little it's it's like Call of Duty, but it's kind of like the next level of like what that should be. Um, so I'm going to start that now and sit back and enjoy. Okay, so just a reminder as we do watch this trailer, this is all in game, running on Unreal Engine 5.
Shots fired! Shots
PC.
fired! Where the fuck is Oscar?
So yeah, that was actual gameplay footage of Unrecord. That's running on Unreal Engine 5 by Epic, and definitely racking up some controversy. So as of this recording, it's racked up to 150,000 Twitter likes, 42 million video views. People are debating if the game is actually real or not, or if it's just vaporware. Kind of similar situation maybe to Blue Box Abandoned. People are kind of wondering if that was a real game or if that was just smoke vaporware. Um, yeah. So my thoughts on this are, um, you know, games are now kind of exploring new territory in terms of realism with the Unreal Engine 5, and it's really easy to create environments seemingly with that engine and make them look ultra realistic. We're getting to a point now where it's not necessarily so much glorifying to me as no more than maybe Call of Duty is propaganda for the military in my mind. But you're definitely kind of entering a crazy space where, especially if this were a game that could be played on um, PlayStation VR 2, that would be interesting. Even as a first person experience alone on PC. Very looking forward to trying this out myself. But you do kind of raise concerns a little bit where if games are, you know, if you have VR and you're plugged in into the Matrix per se, and you have games like, Unrecord that are hyper ultra realistic, and uh, you attach, you know, processing power of, maybe the PlayStation 5 and or even the Series X, and PCs as well. And especially with PCs, there's a lot of dabbling right now with AI, and you see how AI becomes really smart. And I wonder if we're kind of feeding the beast a little bit here, in terms of, AI to a certain point was really only kind of for simple computing processing and, video games at best. Maybe some video editing, minor video editing, but we're getting to the point where like AI is now creating ultra, intense, articulate uh, pieces of art. And you have AI creating entire fake dialogue podcast episodes between Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson talking about Super Mario and Nintendo and the delicacies and intricacies of the psychology and whatnot. And it's crazy. Like AI right now is blowing up. And, with uh games like this where you add on the hyper ultra realism to it, um if you have your computer who's thinking and recording all this stuff, are we kind of feeding the beast a little bit too much in terms of what it's capable of remembering? And, as an adaptive AI, which some video games uh do have, some games get harder as you progress through the game and show more skill. The game increases the skill level on its own. So I wonder how much of that data is being fed into servers and AI, and ultimately, giving, in the process of offering the ultimate gaming experience and offering a hyper realistic scenario such as this, and the trailer that we saw just moments ago. Where is that information and data being stored? Is this is a small development team, but if a small development team can do this, you know um and it blows away anything that's been done in Call of Duty so far. And again, that's a big time development studio, and Activision, they're one of the biggest, and I mean the biggest studios that exists. And right now they're in the huge acquisition ordeal and getting bought out by Microsoft. So, that again, with being AI, and uh, they're getting into the AI game as well. So, how much of this is actually helping? Elon says we should stop tampering with AI. I've seen Terminator enough times to know that that this doesn't end well. So maybe we should stop feeding AI a little bit. I think we've already made a lot of progress up to this point. We can kind of slow it down a little bit with Unrecord. It does look a little unsettling because at first, uh, my mind's eye has to train myself to look at this footage to start and know that it's a video game, because it does look very realistic. And in the first opening moments, you don't know that it's a video game. I think only about maybe 15 or so seconds in, where he finally spots the first perpetrator and he starts dashing around the corner and hops over whatever debris is on the floor, is actually when you kind of, in that moment, you kind of process, oh yeah, this is a video game. This isn't stock footage or an actual live action cam footage. This is an actual video game. The way he pops around and loads, and it's very stock and like, stiff. You get, oh okay, yeah, that is a video game. But it's looking very close, my friend. It's looking really close. And when we get more news about this, maybe in the next trailer we'll have on display, uh, or they'll have on display, we'll have on this show, and we could talk about it more. Um, Very exciting, very exciting. So that covers it for today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We have a short show today. Hopefully next week we have Ernest back. He's dealing with personal loss right now, so we want to salute Ernest and wish him well. And hopefully we can have him back on the show next week. Once again, I want to thank everyone for watching and bearing with us week in and week out. We truly appreciate all your views. It means a lot to us. Thank you very much for your support. Go ahead and visit patreon.com /The Cultured Nerd. Look for this show's tier. You can support us and all the shows on this YouTube channel as well. We deeply appreciate it. It helps us keep the show running. Once again, I am the host. Thank you very much for watching. We want to thank Ernest week in and week out for joining us. He wasn't here today, but hopefully he'll be back with us next week as he deals from his ordeal as well. We want to thank all our Patreon supporters: Wesley, Ash Lebeck, Connor, Anna, Salib, Oscar, Craig, Mitch, and Steven. Our logo design was developed by Jose Navarro. You could follow him at Navarro and Jose M. I'm sure he'll deeply appreciate that, so give him a follow. We thank you, Jose, for all your hard work with all our graphics. We want to also thank Michael Melillo for the intro video that he created. That is amazing, and we want to thank you again. Salute to you. Thank you once again. Thank you for joining us. We can't do the show without your views, and we deeply appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up if you liked the show today. Go ahead and subscribe so you can watch all the other Cultured Nerd shows as well. Go ahead and bust out your phone, scan that QR code, and it'll take you to more Cultured Nerd content. Once again, thank you for joining us, and we appreciate your time. Thank you for your support. Have a great day.